There she is, the Hoover Dam. You gotta stay with friends and family. They only said it a couple times.
Wow. What an amazing job creation.
So this is the diversion tunnel they used to divert the Colorado River while they were building the Hoover Dam. Let that sink in for a moment. Divert the Colorado River. We built 4 of these.
All right, folks, let me get over here and tell you what's going on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Joe again. If you weren't on my elevator, this wonderful dam that you came to see would not have been built unless they diverted the water first. So what did they do? They built diversion tunnels. Here are 2 here on the Arizona side, 2 more here on the Nevada side. Each one was 4,000 feet long, coated with concrete, 50 feet in diameter. Doesn't look like much. You have an air cooling pipe here, a tour room cut out here, another tour room where we're excessively busy underneath the lights. But you are in a diversion tunnel, despite what you can see. I know it isn't far, but on the map, you're right here. The inner diversion tunnel on the Nevada side. That's where you are right now. To get the water in the diversion tunnel, they built what you call coffer dams, made of earth and rock. The earth and rock were taken from the debris when they blasted out the diversion tunnels. Well, this upper coffer dam was 100 feet high. Water would try to hit that, go through to the project, but of course it would divert into, of course, the diversion tunnels. Downstream, lower, 65-foot coffer dam, and that would stop the water from backing up into the project site. The project site, they got it all blocked. Everything's ready to go. They went down 135 feet, bedrock, solid stone. Began pouring concrete. If you haven't heard how they poured the concrete, boy, you're going to enjoy this. They poured the concrete 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 3 8-hour shifts. And in the 3 8-hour shifts, every 78 to 90 seconds, they poured 16 tons of concrete without stopping at all for 2 whole years. They only had 2 days off, Christmas and 4th of July. And some of them worked Christmas and 4th of July, and I'll tell you why. In fact, all of you who are watching, I'll ask the men. This gentleman's taking a video, right? It's been happening to me all the time.
If that's okay.
It's okay, because I sing in Las Vegas with my group, so bottom line, you do anything you want.
Excellent.
And let me explain to the men who might be watching, and the men out here as well. Ladies and gentlemen, under these conditions, you men, would you be able to work your Christmas and or 4th of July? Number 1, it's a depression era. Number 2, you're making on an average 62.5 cents an hour, times 8, $5 a day. You're not taking that home, you're taking home $3.60. No taxes at that time, but food, lodging, and transportation. And in addition to that, you're married, feeding a family of 2, or possibly married, feeding a family of 3 and 4. Under those conditions, would you want to take those overtime days, and those are the only 2 days you have off?
Oh,
They
yeah.
did. They did, yes. And that's why it was 2 years ahead of schedule, and they came in, believe it or not, under budget.
Wow.
Everything's done. They want to bring the water down, fill up Lake Mead, but a couple of loose ends first. Number 1, block the diversion tunnels with large steel gates, Arizona, Nevada side. As the tunnels are drying up, blast out the lower coffer dam. When that was cleaned up, the tunnels were dry. Step 3, bring the water down from the Colorado Rocky melted snow. Form Lake Mead. Took 6 years to form Lake Mead with 9.2 trillion gallons of water, making it the largest man-made lake in the United States by volume. What did they do with the upper coffer dam? Ingenuity. They left it there. Why? Water comes in. And when water comes in, silt comes in with that water. In order to stop the silt, they left the upper coffer dam. Silt stays at the bottom, Water goes over the top and goes into intake towers, 2 Arizona, 2 Nevada. The intake towers carry the water down 225 feet into the inner diversion tunnels where we are, right there. Where's the water? Coming through that penstock pipe outside your right window, underneath you, and you can see a picture of her outside your left window. Would you believe at any given time, 96,000 gallons of water per second at 48 miles an hour could come through here? Well, what does that mean to you? The equivalent is you're watching an Olympic-sized pool fill up in 7 seconds. That's the equivalent. Wow, isn't that something to be remembered if that ever happened now? Do you got that, sir?
Yes.
Wonderful. 96,000 gallons of water per second going through a 30-foot diameter pipe. Then it takes a right turn, goes down a 90-degree angle, picks up 4 smaller penstock pipes. Those are 13 feet in diameter. Think of 96,000 gallons of water, 48 miles an hour, going into a wide pipe, and then closing up into 4 smaller ones, 13 feet in diameter. Do you know the pressure in that pipe? The smaller ones, unbelievable. We need the pressure because when it reaches the bottom of the generators, it spins what we call a Francis-type turbine, like a water wheel. That sends the electricity up, releases the water out here, and down the Colorado towards Arizona, California, and also Mexico bought in 1944, all the way down to Santa Cruz. This picture here, picture of a spillway, used to carry the water out of Lake Mead if Lake Mead would ever get to the top again. We only used it twice, 1941 to test it out, 1983 rolled around, we used it for 62 days straight. The Rockies had so much snow, we had floods down here. That's a picture of June '83, and we also used it July as well. 62 days without stopping. We haven't used it since. Right now, we are 140 feet below the top of the spillway, puts us the lowest we've been since we filled up the lake. Why? Number one, the Rockies aren't producing as much snow. Number two, 6 dams built up north, 6 dams down south. Whatever the Rockies do, the upstream dams take their water first. We get the rest of the water. It isn't enough to go downstream, but we have to make it up. Lake Mead makes it up because we're mommy. Mommy is always provide. So in '01, we took 12 feet because it wasn't enough going downstream. '02, we took 10 feet. '03, we took 7. And before you know it, the 140 feet was down in 15 years. Remember the 9.2 trillion gallons of water to fill up the lake? You can forget that. We got 3.7 trillion gallons, which equalizes to a 40% capacity. We lost 60% since we filled up that baby. Now, in 2016, we're expecting to get 5 to 8 feet, pretty much above what we should normally send down south. So that 5 to 8 feet could be an advantage to us. We could store that water, and for the first time, and let's call it 16 years, we'll be able to go up a little bit in Lake Mead, other than going down the footage that I told you before. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We're now, with my help, going first to the generator power plant. Thank you. Cool and breathtaking, just like all you ladies. It was good this morning when I said it. Any questions? Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Bureau of Reclamation, we welcome you to the Nevada wing of our Hoover Dam power plant. Is the Colorado River. Behind that is the Arizona wing. Arizona and Nevada work together, one big federal project. The only difference is Arizona has 9 generators, we have 8. You won't see all of the generators working. Actually, aren't. We got all 8 working right now, first time in about 2 weeks. Each generator is 6 feet tall. You can't see 70 feet, you can only see 30. The other 40 feet is below the floor. Now, listen to how it works. Small penstock pumps bring water in, spins that Francis type turbine like a water wheel. All right? What does the water wheel spin? Inside the glue of the generator, see that item with the white cap? It's spinning now. That's called a shaft. That shaft is 65 feet tall. It goes all the way down to the middle of the turbine. When that shaft spins, it's spinning a rotor. The rotor has 40 electromagnets around it. Each one of those magnets weigh 4 tons apiece. But where is the rotor and where are the magnets? Inside the room casing the circumference of the generator. When the shaft, rotor, and electromagnets all spin at 180 RPMs per second, it is bypassing on the inside of that balloon circumference a stationary copper coil of wire inside. When those electromagnets bypass that copper coil of wire, it excites what we call the electrons. That goes up to the transformer, transforms the electricity up to the tower and off to your house, so to speak. Each generator can provide enough electricity for 65,000 hours. If all 17 generators were working at the same time, that would be an equivalent of producing enough electricity for 1.3 million homes. Of all of that, Arizona gets 19%. Nevada gets 25%. And California, only from Los Angeles down, gets the remainder 6%. See this rust-color horizontal machine surrounded by the gate right there? That's called a pellet rotor wheel generator. Would you believe that one and the one on the Arizona side was our first starting, ironically, 9/11/1936. We still use it for electricity, but not going downstream to the neighbors. Our own. Lights above you, tunnel lights, elevator, center, and don't forget my microphone. Ladies and gentlemen, the American flag draped over what's called a crane. 2 ones on the side, one's way in the back, 2 on the outside. They run on the black track on the right and left wall from the back all the way to the front. Would you believe each bridge can lift and carry 100 tons? I'll give you an example. Take this home to the neighbors. The Statue of Liberty in New York Harbor, believe it or not, weighs 25 tons. Any one of our 4 bridge cranes can carry away that Statue of Liberty. Also, the rotors that are in these balloon circumference with the electromagnets, we need to get them repaired every year. We take out a year for about 4 or 5 months of repairing. But because they weigh anywhere from 440 tons to 580 tons, we got to combine cranes. That's a 6 capacity to get it up, over, and down, explore, and work on it. Every year, one, following year, another, 17 years they're all looked at, and we start all over again. Where's the dam? Back wall. Beyond this wall is the dam. And going back, after that is Lake Lee. And this particular dam is 450 feet thick going back. So if the wall and dam weren't there, we'd all be about 400 feet below the surface of Lake Mead, swimming in this direction. Got that? Now, so look at what you're standing on. And it's down here on the floor. It's important because of this, and I'll tell you at the end, you'll know why. it up. 121,000 square feet, 3.5 inches thick, of 8 different color marble rock chips embedded in the ground, sanded and polished with today 10 million plus. They put it in 1937, believe it or not, 121,000 square feet, 3.5 inches thick, $59,000. The emblem on the floor behind you, Native American style of the turbine spin. Over here where I am is a power plug. Water and power is what these generators use. Why am I saying it's important? This is what I want you to remember. Number one, 2 things. Number one, thank you for allowing me to give you a tour. I love it. Number two, April 1, 1907, the first person walked on this floor, and October 2015, the 49th millionth person walked in here, and with your help, and I thank you again, with your help and everyone coming after you, we could see this year a 50 million since 1936, thanks to you. So thank you again. Let's go to the visitor center, get out of here, and have a good time upstairs. Thank you.
Talking about 4 gigawatts plus power right there. Between this and the Arizona side. Okay, so 2 gigawatts. 2 billion watts. All just spinning from the wall. Blows the mind. I don't want to leave. Now that's a concrete bucket. Okay, time to geek out. Inside view. The size of that stator coil. That is a big generator. Just wow. So here I am inside a model of a generator that's bigger than me by quite a bit. I'm a happy person.
Whoa. We got thrown. Well, that thing is hot. Hot ball. Oh my word.
I guess you'll know it when you see it.
On a helmet now, imagine being suspended with a cable, drilling dynamite into that.
Keep off wall. You know, that means someone had to sit with their legs dangling over the edge of this. Wow. I cannot take this shot enough. I cannot take my eyes off of it. Look at that. That's the whole intake. All the food goes in the water. Lake Mead. I think it's time I walk to Arizona. Do 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 do. Do do. Let's see. Well, we're probably not quite there yet. We're getting there. Might be close. We'll go all the way across just to make sure we get to Arizona. And there you have it. Nevada, Arizona, Nevada, Arizona. So here we are, looking out at Lake Mead from the Arizona side of things, and I'm telling you, I think the place closes soon, and I don't want to go home. This is really, that's a lot to take in. It's incredibly beautiful in ways that I've never really seen. This is a different. This is a unique point in my life, really. I've never been this far west. I've never seen this topography, outside of video games, of course. And it is really, really, really stunning.
Was that he believed that someday, future civilizations would find their way here. And with no other means of communicating, might look upon this monument and determine the exact date which the engineers and craftsmen of our culture completed
it. There's more to see, but it's 5 o'clock and I gotta get moving. I mean, consider it's 5 o'clock here, and therefore it's 8 o'clock at home. And I've been up since 2:30 in the morning at home. I'm starting to run a little bit out of gas, I think. Yep. It's probably good to drive on back. Why are there French fries in a trail leading up to that room? You think kids or hard partying people? Continues all the way over there.